5'10" sophomore keeper. She's on the other side. First year in the varsity. She got the start. This is a ball chipped in towards Kayla Benitez, and it has to be cleared out of the 6 by Desiree Nieves of Cliffside Park, so it'll be a corner here for Fort Lee, pressing for a third goal. Kayla Benitez is a transfer from IHA after 2019. She's in her second year in the varsity for the Raiders, and she was able to work her way midway through 2020, made 31 saves last season to be the eventual starter, and she'll be the starting keeper. She made a terrific save late in the first half to keep the game at the time 1-0. She parried out a ball that was driven well by freshman Alexa Castro. As Fort Lee will set up for another corner, and it'll go through the starters for the two teams momentarily. Haley So, second ball, head ball has to be parried out. Avery So, right in the 6. Anything away from Benitez, and it's 3-0. And it'll be a throw for Cliffside Park. So for the Bridgemen, for Coach Calogero Pangaro in his 3-2-4-1 alignment. The center back is freshman Ruka Suzuki, 2 day 1 starters in the freshman class. On the left, Jenna O, and on the right, Joelle Park. Pair of seniors, the 2 holding mid, Sung Jung Won and Olivia Kraut. Sophomore center attacking mid, Haley So with Alexa Castro. And the outside mids on the right, Jordana Marcus, the junior, coming off of a second team Big North All-American Division honor. On the left was Stephanie Irahenta, and up top, Avery So, second team All-Division as well. Jordana Marcus bearing in and taking the shot again. Stop made, Benitez. So Kaylin Benitez has been able to hug that near post consistently. Each time Marcus, with her great speed, has been able to push. And Desiree Nieves has had several encounters with Marcus driving down the right flank. As Cliffside Park looks for the clearance under third-year coach Danielle Sibeli. Played at Paramus High School, was a goalie at Marist. And her 4-4-2 alignment, as this is going to be last touched, and it'll be a Cliffside Park corner, the first of the afternoon. As we are into the 45th minute, 2-0, Fort Lee. In front of Kaylin Benitez, it's a stopper-sweeper alignment with the sweeper Desiree Nieves, the stopper Kiara Valdez in front of her, outside backs Betsy Chittick and Jana Harb, holding mid Sam Ocampo. This one will be played short to Valdez, who is not, or rather, further down the line, rather Jana Harb, the left back. And it's out of play, so the wasted chance for the Raiders. And to the midfield out of the 4-4-2 with Ocampo as the holding mid. Maya Winters, who has not had much possession time through the first half and 45 minutes. Winters, a senior midfielder, a 2-year starter, second year of the varsity. On the left with Evelyn Akwi. On the right, Caitlin Shelley. They'll alternate freshman Sarah Zekri Confrey, the lone day 1 starter in the freshman class for Cliffside Park, and junior Veronica Rivero up top, comprising the 4-4-2 for Cliffside Park, who went 5-3 last fall and losing a pair of games to Fort Lee. The Bridgemen, off of their first league championship, went 6-0 in the Big North American, 6-6 overall. A throw for Cliffside Park, and for Danielle Sibeli's team, it has to start with just some more cleaner touches for her team. And for Calogero Pagano, I think he's thrilled with what his team is able to do in terms of countering and getting the ball ahead for Jordana Marcus, who has had about 5 quality scoring chances. And how can his team connect more simple passes together? They've had the better of the play going into the second half. And Cliffside Park has to find a way to string simple passes together and move forward as a group. They have played a lot in their own defensive third. Haley So, sophomore, off of a terrific freshman year. And a ball ahead, Avery So accelerating again with Desiree Nieves, a sophomore sweeper. And Nieves handles it very well. Dispossessed. Avery So the follow-up. Avery So then will leave it out wide. And she was looking for Alexa Castro. Battle for the second ball. So Jung Wong was able to step forward, looking for the clearance. Evelyn Akwi will swing it to the sideline, and Cliffside Park concedes the deep throw. As we move ahead into the 49th minute, here's second half. Tossing for Castro. Castro lining up the shot. Easy save made, Kaylin Benitez. Calogero Pagano already sees the college potential in freshman Alexa Castro. She's hungry. Big soccer family. Her younger sister is in the 8th grade. They played in the middle school league together that he started 5 years ago upon taking the job. That he hopes will make a tremendous difference, especially down there with Christina Riali and Brianna Matisic running that program and running the similar formation of 3-2-4-1 and the attacking-minded style that Fort Lee has had on the varsity under Pagano. Toss in the vicinity of Caitlin Shelley. And Shelley, first year on the varsity, great speed. She was a cross-country runner last fall, and Cliffside Park hopes they can use her a lot in the way of Jordana Marcus, the way Fort Lee uses her. As this is Avery So, we'll hold it up and wait for some support. We'll swing it all the way across. Freshman Lacey Barrick, and Barrick challenged there before it eventually be pushed forward by Cliffside Park. So Jung Wong. Zachary Confrey, and she has not had much possession time. But the freshman up top is a club soccer player and varsity track. And can Cliffside Park get her an opportunity? Both Winters, in terms of ball possession time, and this will be, I think, an inadvertent handball that came up and may have gotten Ruka Suzuki. So here is the best restart for Cliffside Park of the afternoon. So Maya Winters, 4 in white over the ball. Also, varsity basketball, AAU basketball, had 4 goals, 5 assists last fall after coming back from a torn ACL, missing all of 2019. She has her sights set of playing college basketball, but certainly can help out a Division III program too. This will be left, and the shot from the freshman Zachary Confrey is blocked by the wall. So the first touch came from Maya Winters and a chance to counter for Fort Lee. Season opener for both teams here at the Sugarman Sports Complex. Ralph Benarchik on hand, and thrilled to have you with me. Again, we apologize for our technical difficulties through the first half. As Abigail Farron bobbled it, Farron could not cover with a goal emptied. It has to be cleared off the line. Ruka Suzuki, they have saved a goal, and she bails out her sophomore keeper. Abigail Farron was a varsity track sprinter. This is her first soccer experience, and came to Calogero Pagano saying she wants to play soccer, about 5'10" and long, and it took just one look and he realized she is a goalie. And these are some game experiences that she's learning. Fort Lee had 2 scrimmages, and Farron had a pretty good day making athletic saves, just using her instincts as an athlete against Dwight Englewood. 2 subs on for the Bridgemen. As this ball winters off the cross from the corner, Betsy Chidzik tried to step forward, and Haley So a chance to counter. Chittick does well in the recovery as she continues to battle, and she will push it out wide, and it'll be a goal kick. So fantastic defending from senior Betsy Chittick. Was a starting outside back on the JV, a senior varsity track, and this is her first real opportunity to see meaningful varsity minutes, and Chittick played that very well. Cliffside Park also 2 scrimmages, defeating Lodi, and then lost to Woodridge, lost 6-3. And for both teams, their rosters in terms of scrimmage attendance was inconsistent, with players not yet cleared or getting enough practices in, and trying JV players. But everybody had a full preseason, and there's a good turn there by Zachary Confrey before the first touch got away from her. And Winters was bottled up. Nieves sent it ahead. Jenna O, the knockdown. Sent ahead. Akwi. And Akwi swept away by Ruka Suzuki. Well, Cliffside Park has been able to move forward a lot more as a team here in the second half. And that dangerous ball that almost ended up in a goal that Farron misplayed. Down the line it comes, Kaylin Mejia. Haley So. Castro. And Nieves to step forward. Nieves playing through the SA Fairview Soccer Club that Cliffside Park has put together. A local team, not a premier club team, and the various different levels, but one put in town that Danielle Sabelli hopes that will pay off in the long run. She took over 2 years ago. In 2019, Cliffside Park was 1-18, 1-6 in the Big North American. Their lone win at Ridgefield Park. Our referee, Joe Curry, will point in the direction of Fort Lee on the throw, with the Bridgemen making 2 more subs. As we press forward in the 55th minute this afternoon. Cliffside Park also had a scrimmage against Tenafly, so 3 full games together for Cliffside Park ahead of this one. And the Lodi victory, they led 5-1 and 3-0 early before they put in all their JV players. So coming in with some confidence in terms of finishing. Here is Jordana Marcus. Runners again in the box. Marcus, and she hit the side of the near post. Trying to bend it and look for the service. Marcus right back with it. And Haley So with her challenge as Fort Lee ends up offside. Well, Jordana Marcus, who's been playing on the right today, and her speed has been devastating. 4 goals and an assist last fall in the 12 games played. And as Marcus comes along, in terms of a much more composed finisher, what a player Fort Lee can have. Castro, and defended well from Winters. Zachary Confrey on the push. Caitlin Shelley, and then cleanly dispossessed Ruka Suzuki. Well, Suzuki, a day 1 starter as a freshman center back, and that in itself, that statement tells you about how far Ruka can go in her soccer career, and Calogero Pagano not hesitating to put her into that key spot. There's the other freshman in Zachary Confrey. And Zachary Confrey picks up the foul. And she with senior Joelle Park jostling. Park into her 4th year as a starter. First team All-American Division last year. What a story Joelle is. Had never played soccer until high school and now a captain for Fort Lee. So a better restart area for Cliffside Park. The wall did its job for Fort Lee during the last one. Zachary Confrey. And she was looking for a runner in the middle. She had Kaylin Mejia. Fort Lee's 2 scrimmages against Woodridge, winning 2-0. And then Dwight Englewood, they were tied at 2 before giving up a late goal to lose that one 3-2. In that Dwight Englewood scrimmage, low numbers in that game for Fort Lee, so that reflected in the score a bit. As here is Castro off the deep run with Avery So running the middle. Castro, So to check back. Had Marcus swept away there. Can find defending Jana Harb. First year varsity, back from a broken wrist for Cliffside Park. Able to slide over and cover. Now, Danielle Savelli of Cliffside Park hoping that her defense is going to be her strength despite all the youth that is there. And then with Winters and her athleticism in the middle. Marcus, another service. A good ball, and it carried through Benitez. And unable to finish on the back end. That was the runner, Lacey Barick. Second ball in, Castro. Alexa Castro looking to line up the shot, and it's blocked. Haley So. And the follow-up. A good defending from Cliffside Park not to allow Castro to just gain an ankle. That was Sam Ocampo, sophomore holding mid. And Benitez will start things through Ocampo. With Fort Lee pressing high up the field. And they'll turn over the Raiders. And force Benitez to start again. Benitez very busy between varsity basketball, varsity softball, and playing spring club soccer for SA Fairview. That's the Cliffside Park local club team. Marcus. And Marcus will get to this ball again. Chased by Nieves, taking the shot, and she again hits the outside of the post. Jordana Marcus has shown when she explodes through the ball upon her long runs is going to be a terror this year for teams in the Big North. So that's twice that she has taken shots from the angle. Marcus stopping this goal kick. More numbers in the box for the Bridgemen. Haley So. And just past her, So on the poor touch and recover. And waiting for more support from Fort Lee. But the Bridgemen a little too stretched from the forwards and the midfield. Zachary Confrey. Clean defending, sophomore Livia Kraut. Big improvement in the offseason for Livia. As Castro applying the pressure on Nieves. And the foul called. So the aggression from Alexa Castro. At 2-0 here. Goals in the 2nd minute and 36th minute in the first half for Fort Lee. Early penalty kick after Avery So was fouled by Samantha Ocampo of Cliffside Park. Haley So finished. And then Jordana Marcus. This is Castro. Alexa Castro. And Castro took it right into the path of Nieves. Well, Nieves is the sweeper, and she is tough as nails. Danielle Sabelli loves her tenacity and someone that will run through a brick wall for you. Exactly the kind of qualities you want from a sweeper or a holding mid. Bark momentarily had it before Nieves will show the recovery speed and give up the deep throw. And Desiree, only a sophomore. And she, like Benitez, a three-sport athlete. Desiree, JV basketball and softball last year, as Joe Curry will blow a whistle, and we have a Cliffside Park player shaking up. That's Betsy Chittick. That is holding her left ankle. She was in a collision with Haley So. So we have a stoppage here in the 63rd minute. And they'll have a look at Betsy Chittick. Fort Lee graduating 4 four-year starters from the class of 2021. 3 of them playing in college. Angelita Vargas was the center mid. Amy Diaz is now playing at Division III. Johnson in Wales, center back. And Gabriela Garita, now at FDU Florham. Garita, after suffering a knee injury and missing all of 2019, came back last year, had 15 goals to be first-team All-American Division and pick up third-team All-Group 3 state honors. Made that Group 2 state honors, but nevertheless, third-team All-Group 2 state honors for Gabrielle Garita. That helped Fort Lee end up scoring 32 goals in the year. And the breakout season for, at the time, senior Bella Sarnoff, who was the left back. Sarnoff, a great story coming from seemingly not playing much soccer through middle school and into first-team All-American Division honors as a senior. So those are some real players that Calogero Pangano has to replace here today in this season opener for the Bridgemen. But already with 2 freshmen that are day one starters, he's already got some early answers on those holes. Tossing comes for Haley So. So looks for service. And had Avery So, her sister, and it was not off by much. Just a couple of feet off between those two. As Avery So was able to cut backdoor on her mark, Kaylin Mejia. Well, the Bridgemen today have buzzed around goal, particularly via counters. And in this 64th minute, I think Calogero Pagano is going to be thrilled with the way his team is able to stretch the field on opponents. And now can they convert a little bit more and get some more attacking numbers together once they settle the ball. Kiara Valdez, as she chipped forward for Cliffside Park. Clean take by Lucia Koretsky. On as the outside back on the right. Marcus out wide, onside. Marcus then shooting, save made Benitez. Out of goal, and then Castro shooting and tucks it in. The first one of the career for Alexa Castro. Fort Lee at 3-0 in their season opener. Castro tallying in the 64th minute. Well, that ball was trouble for Kaylin Benitez, and Castro calmly redirected it towards goal and out of the reach of Benitez. And got help from the inside of the post, but she's got the first one, perhaps of many. Castro had 2 goals in scrimmages and playing club soccer. And so focused on this sport. Calogero Pagano telling me the story how her dad coming to an open house last year asking about the program and how to get her and her younger sister involved, and going immediately as Castro pursues against Nieves. and deals with the physicality of the sophomore, but then loses the touch. Well, that was a tough ball to handle for Benitez. Benitez chose to parry it out, perhaps had a chance to catch it, but once the ball was redirected towards the high 18, as this is a ball that Lacey Barrick could not angle back in front. But once that ball was parried out to the top, Castro had room and time to try to place it. Castro will deal it back. So Jung-Wan. A year ago, the Bridgemen 3-0 over the Raiders. And that score holds here. And subs on for both sides. Fort Lee on Saturday will take on Pascack Hills, which would be a non-league game. And Fort Lee this year with the state numbers having subtly changed, as Nieves got rid of it for Jana Harb. This year Fort Lee is a Group 3 school and moving over into North 1. So it's a different state section that they'll have to go through, but that is deep down the line. Then next week, the 14th at Dumont High School, back in league play. Cliffside Park. Their next game will be Saturday against Dwight Morrow. Then a big game on the 14th next week at Ramsey. And that's a non-leaguer. Winters, finally some room for the senior, as she plays in Zachary Confrey. Farron has not had to face a direct shot. There's been action in front of her in the second half. So, good first touch. '68th minute unofficially. In this 80-minute game, 3-0 Fort Lee, as they look to just preserve the shutout and continue to take a step forward with all these young players in the lineup. Haley So, able to look up. Had Castro making the run. And just late getting her the ball, but the ball right back at her feet. Then as she played it through the middle, again defended well by Jana Harb, who's done some very nice things today defensively for Cliffside Park. The Raiders in 2017, the only thing that is hanging in the banner in their gym is a Big North American Division title in 2017. And they reached the North 1 Group 3 second round that year. Had a respectable 3-0 score in the state sectional loss at Northern Highlands. And I'm sure Northern Highlands was ranked in the state somewhere in the top 10, if not top 5 that year. So a respectable performance. Cliffside Park has one player playing in college right now, Maria Miranda, at NJAC program Rutgers Newark. And they graduated 5 big seniors who were award winners, 3 first-teamers, none of which are playing in school. So some big pieces to fill in for Danielle Sibeli. A restart that Castro will take. Benitez, easy handle. So Caitlin, she uses all the different facets of sports, catching the ball, stemming from softball. And it looks like she'll be steady this year for the Raiders. She was in a goalkeeping battle in the preseason with Kiara Valdez, but Valdez was the goalie as a freshman. She's now a senior. And Valdez starting today as the stopper before the Raiders switching to a back four for a bit. And now they remain in their stopper-sweeper alignment. Looked like there was a flat back four for a period for Cliffside Park. Into the 72nd minute. Fort Lee has added one more here in the second half. Alexa Castro, the first of her career. Winters up with the throw. Cliffside Park last year did score 23 goals, with those seniors giving up 18. They were only shut out one time, and that was by Fort Lee. Nieves brought it down, Avery So. And the ball pings out, and here's Lacey Barrick. Barrick to accelerate, and then just brought the ball a little too far to the middle where Nieves was able to recover. So, Haley So to settle it, and from the outside shooting, and she hits it! Haley So! A 30-yard terrific strike. 4-0 Bridgemen, putting on the finishing touches of an opening day win. So was able to play through the challenge of Kiara Valdez, and with calm composure and putting the ball in a spot where very few varsity or college goalies would be able to make the save on. A 73rd minute tally. Second of the game for Haley So. She had a goal and 3 assists last year as a freshman. Castro around the defender. And Castro missed the run from Lacey Barrick. Marcus is offside. So the Bridgemen have scored some fine goals today. And they have shown that they have some players with skill. If they have room and time, and if they have enough possessions in the game, they're going to be able to find offense. That's Winters defending well against Jordana Marcus. Inside of the final 5 minutes for Cliffside Park, Veronica Rivero. Barrick. And Fort Lee has been particularly most effective today on the counter. Not necessarily building up through the back as Theron will cover, but pressing high and against teams that are not well organized or have clean touches in the back, the Bridgemen are going to be able to cause havoc that way. And having just graduated a 15-goal scorer in Gabrielle Garita, it looks like they'll be able to organically replace that kind of a number via a number of players. Castro, and she ran into Kiara Valdez of Cliffside Park. Joel Park will let that go out, and it will be pointed to Fort Lee. Zachary Confrey to the feet of Winters. Nieves jostling with So, and Avery So will handle it. So, a captain, fourth-year starter. 2 goals in each scrimmage. Hasn't had a great look today. 7 goals, 4 assists last year from Avery So. The hope is that she will get double-digit goals this year and perhaps individually could replace what was graduated and Gabriela Garita. But at minimum be a good target player and play opposite Jordana Marcus. This is So, and So decided to shoot, didn't have much on it. And for Jordana Marcus, the way this game is unfolding, having 1 assist last year, it would be stunning if she didn't have the potential of 10 assists in a given year. So in the 77th minute, Fort Lee has scored twice in each half. So, nice touch, lining up another look, then touching it in, Avery So. So looking for one touch, she's knocked down. And Joe Curry, our official, says it was ball on ball, had to be cleaned from Jana Harb. Harb had to be perfect with the touch. Avery So was in. And a clean challenge from Harb, who has had among the better games today for Cliffside Park. And good composure from Fort Lee as they built that possession up. Farron. And Farron having to try to recover. She does, and it's touched in. First goal of the career for Sarah Zachary Confrey. And Cliffside Park spoils the shutout. It's 4-1 in the 79th minute. You just never know on turf when the ball bounces. And for an inexperienced keeper like Farron, that's just experience that will come along. You just don't know upon that bounce if you've gone too far forward or if you're not deep enough. And once that ball is over your head, it is real trouble. A Fort Lee defender was attempting to clear. An easy tap in for Zachary Confrey. Go coming unassisted. And that'll give Cliffside Park something positive to build off of for their next game on Saturday, as they were able to move forward and have a little bit more pressure in the second half. Avery So. And well defended by Desiree Nieves. Well, the back four today for Cliffside Park, I think it has been solid. They have just allowed the counter to hurt them. And as they move forward, finishing will still be a question mark, but today they did not have enough possession to see where they are with that. And here is Winters. And Winters trying to play it wide for Kenzie Sosa into the game, number 3 in white. Should be in the final minute. Joe Curry, our center referee, having the official time. Fort Lee last year, just 2 shutouts. They will not get one today. And also into the game, Yadira Valdez up top for Fort Lee. Getting some minutes. Valdez, a freshman from Cliffside Park, has been battling Abigail Ferrin for the goalkeeping job. She was a field player in middle school. And those two will continue to work on their games to see where they will be at the end of the season and into next year. Winters volleys it over. Ferrin will go and grab this. Every day a step forward for Abigail. Assistant coach Kelly Lane, who played at Ridgefield Park, has been working with Abigail sort of as a mentorship to try to raise her game and give Fort Lee the keeper that they hope they can lock into the position for 3 years. In the 88th minute, Castro lining up another shot, and is blocked off of Valdez, who got in the way. And Valdez was trying to stay onside. So the offside flag is up as Valdez was trying to learn what run to make off of Alexa Castro, and that is it. Fort Lee wins their season opener 4-1 over Cliffside Park. In Big North American Division action, the Bridgemen get 2 goals from Haley So, the first multiple goal game of her career. So in the 2nd minute on a PK, 73rd minute on a terrific strike, a bending ball that very few high school goalies and many college goalies would have trouble with. Alexa Castro, the first goal of her career. And Jordana Marcus, the first what could be many, comprising the Fort Lee goal scorers. The first of the career for Sarah Zachary Confrey for Cliffside Park, coming in the 79th minute. That's it. It's a 4-1 final. For all of us here at Fort Lee Athletics, for the Athletics Director Michael Rafferty, my name is Ralph Bednarczyk, saying so long and goodbye. You can keep it right here to the Fort Lee YouTube channel throughout the fall season and beyond to watch Fort Lee Bridgemen Athletics. We say goodbye from the Sugarman Sports Complex.